Hey warrior, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the 30 days to end emotional eating. Today is day 9, and we're going to talk today about cost. The cost of continuing to binge eat, the cost of continuing to emotional eat, and not just the financial cost. We're going to go into many different types of costs that it is causing you to lose out to. Okay, so we're actually going to start with what is the emotional cost of continuing to use food to quench a emotional eating urge, or to not recover, to not do the work to recover from emotional eating and binge eating. So one of the emotional costs is you never actually deal with or process any of these difficult emotions that you are experiencing and will continue to experience throughout your life. Learning ourselves, learning how we show up in the world, learning how we react to certain things, learning what is triggering us from our past and holding us back, and allowing our perspective to only be a couple of different shades of one viewpoint is going to keep you in the emotional level that you are at when you experience that trauma, that little t trauma, big T trauma in your past. So you will not emotionally evolve, you will not emotionally grow, you will not emotionally learn to heal the things that do really get to you, and also to let go of the things that aren't worth you putting your energy into because they're just the past coming back into our present. So what emotionally are you paying? What are these things that you're paying, that you're losing out in emotionally? Maybe you're not able to connect with certain people. Maybe you're having difficult relationships. Maybe you aren't able to heal specific relationships in your life. Maybe you find yourself repeating the same old patterns in your relationships. Maybe you find yourself unable to get a hold of your emotions and really to dig in and to overcome this thing that keeps seeming to come up over and over again. That's just a few examples. Another cost is our physical health. Even if the scale is not being affected by your binges or your emotional eating urges, you are putting stress on your body by using food in this way. When we don't honor our hunger and full cues, we are desensitizing ourselves to not only our hunger and full cues, but also the other cues the body is going to send you when we're in danger, when we need to move, when we are experiencing joy, connection, vulnerability. There will be a desensitization in all aspects of emotions. So when we go and numb the hard emotions, we actually don't experience the great emotions as deeply either. What else? There is the impact on our cholesterol, our blood work, our heart, all of the organs that we need to function daily. That includes what we need to breathe, what we need to pump the blood, what we need to digest the food. There will be an increased stress on all of those things. If weight is being affected, this could impact your hormonal level, it could impact your mood, it could impact your risk for disease sometime in the future. This is all scientifically backed information. How else is binge eating and emotional eating costing you? Well, the social cost. What are you not engaging in when it comes to your social life, when it comes to connecting with people, when it comes to canceling plans, when it comes to not going to certain events because of what you are fearing around it, or what, if you have binged and you are experiencing physical discomfort and emotional discomfort, and that may cause you to cancel plans, that may cause you to call out of work. There's no going around that depression is one of the highest forms of disability in the world right now. And with our mismatched eating, depression can come hand in hand with that. So what socially are you missing out on by continuing this pattern? What are you missing out on with your family? What are you missing out on with your friends? What time are you losing? What moments of your life are you not being present for physically or not being present for mentally? Where are you just completely disengaging and disconnecting because you don't want to be someplace, or because you are so preoccupied about food, or you are so concerned and judged about what you have done in the past, what other people are thinking about you? What moments of your life are you losing that you know about? And what moments of your life are you losing that you don't even know about? Like, what is the cost of the things that you've never even tried, or you've never even discovered or completed in your life because this battle with emotional eating got in your way? Like, how many projects or ideas, or like writing, books, work, new endeavors in your career, new endeavors just in things that you want to try and do, how has this habit gotten in your way? And what might your life have looked like if you did not have binge eating or the habit of emotional eating in your way? A big thing for me was dancing. I loved dancing. I danced just for fun, and then like little clubs in here and there throughout college and high school. And I stopped in my 20s, and I let my emotional eating habit get in my way of forgetting that I even loved to do that, forgetting that feeling that it brought to me. And when I rediscovered it, I was so obviously happy, but I was so sad that I had all those years of my life that I wasted where I let binge eating get in my way of doing this thing that I loved. And honestly, the cost of doing something you love, the cost of something that you discover about yourself, something that you complete in your life that is an accomplishment, it's really hard to place a value on that. They're invaluable. And it is heartbreaking when you do feel the impact of what you have lost. But the amazing thing is, you're here, you're breathing, and you have life in you, and you can still make those things happen or something new. What is the spiritual cost? What are you losing when you don't allow yourself to connect to you? When you don't allow yourself to connect to nature, the moment, life in general? When we disconnect from ourselves, we run away from ourselves over and over and over again. And we are losing out on our connection with ourselves, a higher power, trusting in ourselves, trusting in our ability to do the hard thing, to be there for others, even just to connect to ourselves in a moment of peace. We're losing out on that. And again, when you discover that, it is invaluable what that brings to your life. The last thing, not the last thing, but I did want to mention, like, how many more laughs with your friends? How many more dates with a new potential partner? How many connections with your spouse or your kids? How many moments of happiness will you let emotional eating deprive you of having in your life? I'm serious. This is a big deal. Like, I know firsthand what it feels like to lose days, weeks, months, years of my life to this behavior. Legit years of my 20s where I think back to what I did and what I was doing, and I don't know where the time went. I don't know what I was actually doing because I was inside, sitting on my couch, weekend after weekend, night after night, just binging on food and numbing out to TV, totally isolating myself from the world. And during other times that I wasn't binging, my mind was so preoccupied about food and how bad I felt that I wasn't even really like fully experiencing the moment. I wasn't connected to my family. I was at the party, but I wasn't there. You can still start now. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the financial cost of binge eating. of emotional eating. So statistically, do you know what the cost of one emotional eating binge is? It averages, I got this from the Google, a few different sources. The average is about $30. It costs about $30 for the food that you will consume during an emotional eating binge. And if you are binging one time a week for a year, that adds up to being $1,560 for the entire year just on binge eating, just on emotional eating, you guys. If you're binging more than that, which I was, sometimes it was even 3 times a week. Like at my worst, it was sometimes daily. Binging twice a week will cost you $3,120 a year. Imagine what you could do with that money if you were not spending it on your emotional eating binges where you're not even hungry. That's not even touching the cost of food or the cost of the moments that I mentioned before. Stealing your moments of your life for all those plans canceled. But the cost that you could be using this money for yourself, for your future, for your family, for vacation, for, investing in your business, investing in yourself, investing in your health, investing in something that you freaking love doing. I just think $3,000 could get me, like, how many dance lessons could that get me? Definitely a full year's worth, if not more. So this is real. These are the real costs. And I want you to not listen to this and think about this and pile on the shame and pile on the guilt, although that could be a point of leverage for you, right? We talked about leverage in a previous day. This is to get you to feel that pain. I want you to feel the loss. I want you to feel it because I don't want you to waste another moment losing. I don't want you to waste another moment, even today, as soon as you shut off this video, to dwelling in the past. The time is now, you guys. Stop looking in the past. Stop waiting for a better time. Stop letting another minute pass by. This is in your hands to overcome, no matter how old you are, no matter how long you've been struggling with this, no matter how much trauma is entwined in this behavior. You are deserving of overcoming this. You are worthy of overcoming this. And what lies in your progress, what lies in freedom, is more than I could ever describe in words. But when you experience it, even in the little glimpses, you know how much you want to continue to do it, no matter how hard it is, no matter how hard you need to work, no matter how hard you need to fight. You are a warrior. We're calling ourselves warriors for a reason. You show up when it's hard. You know what your mission is. You expect there to be challenge, and you get up and you fight again. I am closing the video right here, leaving you with your own thoughts. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And until then, have an amazing day. You can do this. Bye, warrior.